Hello, darling. Hello, fam. So, are you a recent nursing school graduate, or are you in nursing school and you're like, hey, NCLEX is approaching and I need to prepare for NCLEX? So, if you meet that criteria, I have some resources that I use in order to study for the NCLEX. So, if you're interested, stay tuned. The first resource that I use is this book right here, the Saunders NCLEX-RN Examination book. This book is loaded with information that you learned in nursing school and also information that you did not learn in nursing school. It was a really helpful resource for me in preparation for the NCLEX. So if you are interested in purchasing this book or even renting the book, I will put that information down below. You can purchase it on Amazon. Another resource that I utilize is this, Simple Nursing with Nurse Mike. So his videos are accessible on YouTube. These videos were really helpful for me to brush up on my pharmacology because you never know what the NCLEX is going to ask, and it is always good to brush up on those pharmacology skills. I was also able to access the Pharmacology Mastery and all the information on Spotify. So this Spotify was really helpful. All you have to do is go to your Spotify account and you type in Simple Nursing and it will pop up. And this Pharmacology Mastery was really helpful because it provides information on commonly used medication and standardized testing, whether that be the NCLEX, the ATI, or other testing formats. So if you like YouTube videos and you're a visual learner and you like to study in the comforts of your own home or wherever you like to study, you can access Simple Nursing on YouTube, and I will provide the link to that below. Or also, if you need to listen to your pharmacology on the go, you can access it on Spotify, and I will also put that link down below. In addition to the resources that I've already mentioned, I also did some note taking. Since I'm a serial note taker, I like to take notes, whether that is on paper or on my iPad. So whenever I was reviewing some information in preparation for my NCLEX, whether that be pharmacology or new or old concepts, I took notes on things that I needed to refresh on. So that was a really good resource for me. So like I said before, if you're a serial note taking, then utilize your notebook or your iPad to write notes in preparation for NCLEX. Another resource that I use in preparation for NCLEX is UWorld. Now, as we know, there are many different programs that you can use in order to prepare for NCLEX, such as Archer Review and Kaplan, but I chose UWorld. So I chose the 30-day program with 2,000 questions in a Q bank, and it came with one assessment, and I believe it was from $130 maybe or $160 for the 30-day UWorld access. And just a little bit about UWorld. I'm going to break it down to you. UWorld and the NCLEX are not really comparable, I would say. So as far as like the format is concerned, like Kaplan and UWorld, it has some similarity as far as how the NCLEX format looks. So it's very helpful in the sense of helping you kind of provide a calming effect whenever you go in and take the NCLEX, because the look of the program, the UWorld program, is somewhat similar to NCLEX, but not really. Also, as far as the questions are concerned, you're giving over 2,000 questions in the Q bank. I did all 2,000 questions. I think it took me like 28 days. I think I utilized it for 28 days. I did every single last question in the Q bank, and I read the rationales. I would say that the NCLEX and UWorld are not comparable. They were not comparable as far as the questions are concerned. Did it help me prepare for the NCLEX? I would say as far as the format and applying that level of comfortability, when I went in to take the NCLEX, I was like, oh man, yeah, that kind of looks similar, but not really. And then also it prepared me to be more comfortable with select all that apply questions. And we all know those SATA questions are the bane of our existence. So it actually helped me to be more comfortable with that. So whenever I was on the NCLEX and I saw a SATA question, I was more comfortable, and it put me at ease with being able to analyze the question and understand it, and to be able to answer questions that have more than one answer. So I would say UWorld was helpful in that capacity. As far as content is concerned, as far as it being exactly like the NCLEX, I would say definitely not. They are not comparable. So I am like, NCLEX is not, the UWorld is not horrible and it is not great. So I would say that I'm pretty neutral as far as UWorld is concerned in preparation for the NCLEX. So yeah, I said it. So that's my take on it. People have different views about UWorld. And of course, it had lots of information. I learned a lot. The Q Bank had lots of, interesting information and concepts that I had not even discovered in nursing school. And of course, things that I did learn in nursing school. So it's totally up to you whether you want to choose UWorld or any other programs such as Kaplan or Archer in order to prepare for NCLEX. But of course, this is my opinion as far as what I thought. Another resource that I used was my study buddy. So if you had a study partner or a study group with, not too many people now, don't get crazy. If you utilize that in nursing school, then hey, if the system is broken, you shouldn't fix it. So I use a study buddy. So in addition to studying independently on my own for NCLEX, I met up with my study partner and we reviewed some of those concepts that we learned in nursing school just to refresh and bring it back, to get those wheels turning, because of course you learn so much information throughout the course of nursing school and it's always good to review. So we did that. We met on the weekends to review content and I thought it was really helpful. So if you're a person that is a group study person or you had a study partner that was pretty consistent in nursing school, if that is something that you think was really helpful, it can also be helpful if you are preparing for the NCLEX. I thought it was really helpful for me because sometimes whenever you're reviewing with your study partner, like they can bounce off informations and concepts that you may not understand and vice versa. So it was a really good tool for me. It helped out and it was really, really awesome to be able to just unveil a lot of that information that was hidden down deep. It's like down deep because you have so much information and it's like down deep in the dungeon. But when you have a study partner, you can recover some of that information and say, yeah, I remember that now. So, and can always be good. Can't hurt. Those are the resources that I use in order to prepare for NCLEX. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Also, I will place the link to the information and the resources down below. And I would like to say you are going to do great. You're going to study hard. You're going to study well. You're going to recall and retain that information. You're going to bring it forward and you're going to learn some new information as well. So happy studying. You are going to take that NCLEX. You are going to pass it and you will become a registered nurse.